So what's up guys, I'm Black Ops Amazing, welcome back to another Zombies Q&A on the channel, the series where I take your questions from the comment section below to do with the zombie storyline, Easter eggs, and I answer them. As always, if you do go on to enjoy today's video, a like rating is appreciated, but more importantly, if you haven't already, clicking that subscribe button, it means the world to me. But if there's any questions that you have for future videos about the zombie storyline or Easter eggs, leave them in the comment section below, and the best ones are the ones that I haven't answered before. We can hopefully go through them. So the first question of the day is from Rando5794, and they say, can you tell me just how Weaver and the crew knew it was Richtofen? We confirmed it was him after the Forsaken ending, but how did they know? So I've kind of been wondering this myself. At what point and how did Carver, Gray, Strauss, Weaver, and Raptor 1, I guess, figure out that it was Richtofen who was the director of Requiem? Whilst locked away on Terminus Island, how did they discover that it was him who put them there? Because after going through all of the intel that we have in Terminus, reading all of the documents and listening to all of the conversations that the characters have between one another, there is no quote, nothing in the game where they bring this up. They don't mention how exactly they learned it was Richtofen who got them locked away in Terminus Island and how they figured out he was the director of Requiem. Because previous to that in Cold War, they had no idea who the director of Requiem was. So they must have found out about it in the prison, but at what point and how? Who told them? Was it Richtofen himself? Did he tell them? Did he visit them whilst they were locked up? Was it the interrogator, Ernest Duffer? Did he let slip that it was Richtofen who put them here? I mean, I guess they could have figured out it would have something to do with the director. That's fine, but they didn't know who the director was. How did Weaver, Carver, Gray, and Strauss discover it was in fact Richtofen? We don't know, we haven't learned that. Obviously, Weaver knew who Richtofen was to a certain extent because he had attempted to assassinate him previously and, well, he killed his wife and son. That's another thing that I would question. Is Weaver even aware that the woman and boy he killed in the house fire was Richtofen's family? Because even now in Citadel Daymore, all Weaver goes on about is how he wants to kill Richtofen, but he never questions why Richtofen's even doing the things he is in the first place. He doesn't even recognize that he's killed Richtofen's family, so maybe Weaver doesn't even know the woman and boy he killed was Richtofen's family. He just thought they were someone else's, totally unrelated. But yeah, getting back to your question, how did Weaver and the crew know it was Richtofen who was the director of Requiem? Well, we weren't told that, so I couldn't say for sure, but the most likely answer seems to be maybe the interrogator, Ernest Duffer, told them. The next question from Daniel Winter 916 says, why does the Weaver Mastercraft skin have Ted the robot on the back? So if you take a look at the skin that he's talking about, which is called Repairman, this is one of the skins for Weaver. That's not too important, but there are some really cool and interesting Easter eggs that you will be able to find on him. So just inspecting him, the first thing you will notice is there is an eye patch on one of his goggles to simulate Weaver's eye patch underneath. The description for this skin is travel dimensions and repair vending machines with Weaver's Repairman operator skin. And well, we can see those perks across the front of his belt: PhD, Stamina Up, Juggernaut, Quick Revive. He's also got a bunch of keychains attached to him as well. Interestingly, one of them is a double tap keychain, which is a perk we don't even have in Black Ops 6, but Treyarch have decided to reference it here, which is a little bit of a teaser. They know everybody wants it. There's a Pack-a-Punch keychain along with a load of other ones. He has a saw strapped to his leg, some kind of radio is that on his chest. He's obviously wearing a mask so that he can go into the Dark Aether safely. On his right arm, he's got a bunch of patches, a Liberty Falls one, a Moon one. It's the same on his left arm. He's got a Horizon Draka patch, a Shangri-La patch, Shinonuma, Transit, Derice, Kino, Buried, all things that he's collected from the Dark Aether. The whole idea of this operator skin, as the description tells us, he is a repairman that travels in the Dark Aether fixing perk machines. But then if we look on his back, we see the head of Ted the robot, along with a load of other things. And so going back to this comment, well, why is Ted even here? He was a part of the old zombie storyline, the old multiverse. Why are we now seeing him appear in this new timeline? Is the answer as simple as it's just a skin, don't think about it, there's no meaning here at all? Or could there be a storyline reason behind this? And I think the latter is the answer. It's not us specifically seeing Ted, which is all that deep. This doesn't mean, oh my god, Ted is back in Black Ops 6 Zombies, but instead what this does confirm, which we already knew, is that all of these elements of the old zombie storyline still exist within Black Ops 6 because they are within the Dark Aether. At the end of Black Ops 4 Zombies, everything a part of that multiverse was banished to the Dark Aether. Dr. Monty, the Transit Crew, Misty, Malton, Stuhling, and Russman, all of our zombies maps, the Keepers, the Apothecans, Element 115, and Ted the Robot was banished to the Dark Aether.
When we are gone, so too is everything that spewed forth from the ether. Element 115, the Apothecons, even Monty himself. All of it will be banished to where it belongs. The Dark Aether.
And here we are now in Black Ops 6, where the Dark Aether still exists. It's not a different Dark Aether, it's the exact same one. And as we've already seen, first in Cold War and now in this game, all of that stuff that got banished to the Dark Aether at the end of BO4 is now starting to escape again in Black Ops 6, and this is evidence of that. Even though us seeing Ted here on its own isn't a deep storyline implication, what it does show us though is this is more evidence of all of this stuff, including Ted, still existing in the Dark Aether. And Weaver, or this Repairman Operator skin, goes into the Dark Aether and not only fixes things, but he's also bringing some things out as well that he's finding. So Ted right here, he's gone into the Dark Aether, found him after he was banished there at the end of Black Ops 4, and I would assume has decided to put him in his backpack as either salvage, maybe to use as scrap, or as a trophy. So even though on first glance, and rightfully so, you might think, oh, that's cool, it's just an Easter egg throwback, which it is, but on the other hand, well, Ted is actually a part of Black Ops 6 Zombies. He is still in the Dark Aether, or in this instance, he's actually being collected and put on the back of this operator skin. And the final question of today is from Geary205, and they say, so who's responsible for the gun drawings on the walls and the mystery boxes if Monty has gone? Okay, so if you didn't know from World at War Zombies 2 Black Ops 4, it was Dr. Monty who was giving us the mystery box, the chalk drawings on the walls. He was the one who teleported the perk machines to every location that we went to. Pretty much the magic side of zombies, the things that we look at and say, that's not normal, such as the power-ups, double points, max ammo, insta-kill, the nuke, were all given to us by Dr. Monty. He had the power to do that. But of course, as we said in the previous question, Monty is now gone. He was banished to the Dark Aether. However, in every game after BO4, we continue to have weapons on the wall, the mystery box still exists, the perk machines follow us around, but Monty is gone. So who is responsible for it now? Well, in Cold War, there was some intel, which was from Zykov, which kind of spoke about this. So after he had been trapped in the Dark Aether for 6,121 days, he said, new devices turning up, machines filled with beverages. At first, distrusted them, seemed like a trap, waited for others to consume what they had to offer. Results, beverages not only safe to consume, but have profound effects useful for combat. Machines even play music while dispensing. Not sure if someone is trying to help or just messing with my mind. A few weeks later, he then wrote, I found a red beverage machine a few days ago. Badly damaged, inner workings completely broken and exposed. Took it to my workshop, tried to fix. I think I understand the design, but some parts beyond repair. We'll have to scavenge from other devices. Will lift my spirits greatly to master this mechanism. So the red beverage machine he's talking about there is Juggernog, and then over 100 days later he said, found another device today, a kind that I have not seen before. Like my drink machine, this one is too damaged to function, and it's definitely not for drinks. Disassembling it in my workshop now. Best guess, it is something like a kiln or a crucible. Excited by the possibilities. Have applied everything I learned from repairing the drinks machine, but still cannot fix. Considering looking for help. So the crucible machine he's talking about here is the Pack-a-Puncher. But we have these documents from Zykov talking about him finding the perk machines and the Pack-a-Punch machine within the Dark Aether after it was banished there at the end of BO4. They all ended up in the Dark Aether. But how did all of these machines go from being in the Dark Aether to then ending up in our maps? Who did that? Who placed them there? Usually it would be someone like Dr. Monty using his powers to move them around, but well, in this situation it was Zykov who found the perks, and well, we actually know Zykov turned out to be the Forsaken. He eventually contorted and changed that much that he grew into the Forsaken, becoming the most powerful entity in there, an elder god. And well, there is another document you can find in Cold War, which is from Grey, where she basically speculates that Zykov is the one sending the perk machines to us from the Dark Aether. That was before she knew he was the Forsaken. In Cold War, that would have explained how we got the perk machines, but what about the magical weapons on the wall and the mystery box? And well, that one we never really had an answer for. And now in Black Ops 6 Zombies, with the Forsaken contained, he is no longer in the Dark Aether, he's no longer able to use his powers, but we still have the perk machines in BO6. We are still getting the power-ups. Who is giving them to us? And that we don't know. It's extremely possible that there is still someone in the Dark Aether that has powers like Dr. Monty did, and for some reason is choosing to help us, because it can't be the Forsaken now, but who that figure is, we haven't yet heard. There has to be an elder god in the Dark Aether, someone who took the Forsaken's place, but we're not sure who that is, if anyone, and if it is someone, we don't even know it's them who's helping us out. Could it be as simple as all of this stuff is just naturally leaking from the Dark Aether? So there we go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video today. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest content on the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.